It's time for sweet potato season. Welcome back to Adornment with Adrienne. All right, Adorners, let's get our ingredients so we can make this beautiful soup for fall.
Okay, Adorners, so we're going to be making a few different dishes with these ingredients. I have some sweet potatoes that I chopped up from the can. I'm going to add them to a soup with sausage, kale, and cannellini beans. Basically, for me, like a great white northern kidney bean in a way. Okay, Adorners, now we're also going to grill up some cornbread cakes, Johnny cakes, I guess, in a way, and make some sweet potato egg rolls. So we got a lot going on here. Okay, I'll be back. All right, so we started our Italian sausage. To this, you would add your favorite seasonings as well as some oregano if you wanted to. All right, Adorners, so we cooked about 3 minutes on one side, and it's time to flip over, which we just did. And we are going to add our sweet potatoes to this. We're going to clean and wash some kale, cut that up and put it in there along with our white kidney beans.
Cannellini beans.
And sweet potato, cannellini beans, and... Okay, they're doing this. So let's go ahead and add in our beans. I've drained them before I added them to our pan. All right. All right, Adorners, so we're adding in some fresh kale. Right, we washed and diced that up really quickly. Okay, Adorners, so I've added in about a third of a bouillon cube with some water. I'm going to add some pepper, some salt, and all kinds of spices and seasonings. You can add oregano to this if you'd like. And I'm going to put our sweet potatoes in near the end. If you've never really cooked with kale, kale cooks kind of like a collard green, okay? Collard greens. So you have a bunch, but they cook down, but they're really hearty in a dish. All right, so we're going to let this cook up for about 20 minutes or so. Add our seasonings. And at the end, we're going to add in our sweet potatoes. Now, let's sprinkle in a little seasoning to this. All right, Adorners, so we've added in a little seasoning to this. You can add your salt, your pepper, your garlics, your oreganos, your cumins, whatever it is you like in your soup or soup. And then I'm going to let this cook along with the bouillon, remember. We're going to let this cook. I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it down. And at the end, we're going to add our sweet potatoes to this for a nice hearty soup for the fall. Very quick and easy. This is something you can do any night of the week. All right, Adorners, so I'm cooking up some soup. As you can see, our bouillon is blending in nicely. This is one of two soups I'm going to be making. I'm also going to be making a zuppa toscana really quickly. I'm going to add in like a white Idaho potato, and of course no beans, and a little cream to create a different soup. But I just wanted to show you, this is before we add in our kidney beans. If you like a lot of broth, I would suggest to maybe take 1 can of chicken broth or your favorite broth and add that to this. Or you can add in a little bit more water. Okay, that's up to you. Okay, Adorners, so both of these soups can be done with chicken or turkey sausage as well. Just as a note. Adorners, as you can see, our soup is cooking up so nicely, and it's almost ready. It's almost time for us to add in our sweet potatoes or yams. All right, Adorners, our soup is almost done, so let's go ahead and add in some yams or sweet potatoes. They're already cooked through. These are from the can. They're already cooked through, but if you use a fresh sweet potato, you probably want to let that cook along with the soup. Okay, peel it if you like and let it cook along with the soup. But these are already cooked through. They're from the can, and we don't want them to break apart too much. So I just added them at the end. I'm going to probably turn this off and just let it simmer. It's down really low. Okay, Adorners, so I'm going ahead and added in our sweet potatoes. As you can see, you can use carrots with this if you like. I'm going to let this just simmer for a few minutes, and I'm going to turn it off, and we'll have some beautiful soup. Let's go ahead and make those Johnny cakes real quick. All right, Adorners, so I just had a little taste of one of the beans. This tastes so good. What a wonderful hearty meal you can have on a weeknight for yourself really quickly. Anyway, okay, Adorners, so you can see our soup is done. We have our cannellini beans. or white kidney beans with some kale, sweet potato, Italian sausage. Remember, I added a little bouillon and some shallots to this. And this is going to be a wonderful weeknight 30-minute soup that you can make anytime for you and your family. All right, Adorners, so our soup is ready. We have our white kidney beans, our Italian sausage, our kale, and our sweet potatoes, along with our broth made with our bouillon and our seasonings. And this is a beautiful meal along with our Johnny cakes that I made. If you haven't watched that video, please do. It's going to be a wonderful meal. This is something you can make any weeknight and make a lot of it if you want to have for a couple nights. If it's cold or fall, it's perfect for fall.
As always, thank you for joining me with Adornment with Adrian. I am your girlfriend or your auntie of lifestyle and decor. And as always, instead of saying goodbye, I say saving hello for another time. Please be sure to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See you in the next video.